Clear out your mind, clear out your distractions, and let's take a minute. Just going to be focused on being here, be focused on your connection with divine, and let's start with that. So once the alarm rings, Evelyn, you can say a prayer.
Spend time with you in community. I pray that you open our hearts and our minds to your word today, that we can take something new that we can apply later this week and for the rest of our lives. Help us, send your Holy Spirit to be among us. In your name we pray, amen.
Amen. All right, so I would like us today to talk about rest. And I figured, one thing that I think I'll keep doing, last year, approximately every 3 months or so, I would bring up this topic. And I remember from last year, one of my conclusions was that even though we would kind of talk about the same thing, most of the times it seems that we talk about rest a lot, but we only practice some of it. And anytime we talk about it, everybody's like, yeah, we should talk about this more. Because we know what we should do, but this is one of the things that is one of the lessons learned but never practiced. So look at this Bible verse. Oops, not that one. Wait, did I not put that one? Is that the first one that's there?
Yeah, it's the first one.
Okay, go back. This was the... Oh, no, never mind. Okay. Okay, go back to the previous slide. Okay, you guys find, please open your Bibles, find Psalm 55. Apparently I forgot to put this one in the slides. So Psalm 55. Read for yourselves verses 6 and 7 and tell me, have you ever felt this way? Or even better, when was the last time you felt this way? So Psalm 55, verses 6 and 7. When was the last time you felt like this?
Probably in like a nice vacation.
Huh?
Vacation. No, during a vacation.
Oh, during a vacation is when you feel this. Okay.
I guess to specify after a job finished.
Uh-huh.
Vacation.
Oh, okay. Ah. Did this feeling ever catch you by surprise?
Wait, is he meaning when he says, "Oh, that I had wings like a dove"? Is he wishing to relax, or he is relaxed?
No, he's wishing.
Okay.
He's really like,
I
oh,
really needed.
that I had wings like a dove, I would fly away and be at rest. Yes, I would wander far away and I would lodge in the wilderness. I had this moment on Tuesday. Like, bless you. Woo! Are you sick too?
No.
Oh.
I think just I have long nose hairs.
Okay. That's why they invented tweezers, but yeah, no.
I'm a single guy at 32. Come on, I can't do everything.
Hire somebody, I guess. Like, so, like I'm just, the weekend was kind of busy. I was supposed to take, Sunday was supposed to be a day off. I couldn't do it. Monday was supposed to be a day off. I again couldn't do it because we had like some stuff just happening. So Tuesday comes and like sometime after lunch, I just felt like I'm ready to die. No, I kid you not, like it was really weird. And it kind of like that, Lord, how about you come back right now and just take me with you so I'm done with all of this. It was like, no, it was kind of, I mean, it didn't feel bad. It didn't feel like depressing or negative or anything like that. I just felt so tired. Like if I could just disappear. And then on top of it, so last week, actually, yeah, last week Jasmina went to Florida, so I was by myself. And I'm just kind of doing stuff going on, so I call her, hey, what do you think if I died today? And she freaks out. She's like, I'm coming back. What's wrong with you? Don't you feel like no, not in a negative way died, you know? Like, how can you not die in a negative way? Like, what the hell are you talking about? But, yeah.
She's like, I've only gone for 2 days, damn it.
Nevertheless, anytime she's gone, you remember that episode of Simpsons when Marge decided to divorce Homer? Okay, so she decides to, he did something stupid, whatever, and she explodes and she leaves the house in the morning. And by the afternoon, you know, he's all like, his clothes are torn, he's clawing in the backyard, you know, trying to kind of like, howling, you know. But anyways, this sense of being worn out, being beat down, when you get to the point that you're just kind of done, I just kind of like, that is the point of when it's too late. That is your body and your mind signaling you that you kind of gone too far. Yeah. Have you ever been there?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, think about this. If you've been there, what were the signs that you ignored before getting there? So you do too much at once, that gets you distracted from kind of.
You're not prioritizing when you're trying to do a bunch of things at once. You kind of forget your goal or objective. I think sometimes we kind of like we have one goal, but we forget about that goal and we forget about the bigger picture. And then we're like, oh shit, what's that?
Okay, all right.
For me, it's just like, you know that you feel your body's really exhausted, but you know you can't, like, I have to keep going. Like, I think a lot back to, like, when I was a first-time mom. There was a lot of times where I knew my body needed rest, but you can't. Like, you gotta baby. You gotta feel it. You gotta keep going. You can't stop.
So, even when you feel that you should take a break, you just don't do it. And very often it's not because of yourself, but because of somebody else or something else. It could be the business, it could be the family, it could be the people you do stuff for or whatever. But eventually, if you don't take a break, the break takes you. It's kind of like that. Now, I would like us to kind of do a little bit of an experiment. Think of your ideal day off. So you're taking one day off from everything you do otherwise. So all of the daily or duties, everything is just on side. You have one whole day for yourself to spend it however you want. What is your ideal day off?
I already know
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
it. I've wanted it for years.
I wanted it
I've wanted it
for
for years.
He's like, I'm still waiting.
Okay, what?
Wake up, have a chef cook for me, make me a good breakfast, go get a massage, then go to like the track or something, drive like some cool cars, and then go have dinner with friends and chill in a hot tub and just like have an edible.
Okay,
Yeah, like wake up, you have a really delicious breakfast that I didn't have to make, and then it's like really nice and sunny outside, and then I have like something nice planned, something pampering, whether it's a massage or getting your hair or nails, just something nice for yourself, and then after you go like on a really nice walk to the park, nobody's bugging you, just going on a nice walk, and then have a delicious lunch, dinner, and yeah, like maybe the day ends with like friends and family, but it's like everybody's happy and it's like a nice, not like okay, it's just a nice celebration.
Drama.
Yeah, no drama, just, or no, I need this, I need that. It's just having a good day. Yeah.
What about you guys? What's your ideal day off?
I would wake up, go get coffee, go on a walk, like go to the day part, and then spend the rest of the day reading, or like leisurely reading
Okay.
in the sun.
Okay. All right.
How to work out. I'd have some good food after the gym, so I feel good, and then I think I'd like a full day spa.
Yeah. Nice, right?
And massage, all that stuff. That sounds nice.
Exfoliation.
Yeah, everything. You come out like shining.
Yeah. Cleopatra's milk bath.
Yeah. That sounds good.
No, let's analyze this description. So let's kind of line out common denominators for everything you guys said. So what are the common denominators that you guys see in each one of your examples of what a day off is?
No responsibility.
No responsibility, no stress.
Like
Okay.
you're not on a time rush. You're not trying
You're
to
not on a
just
schedule.
yeah, whenever
Okay,
you go.
whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. What else?
It's nice weather.
The weather is nice, yeah. Depends what kind of weather you like.
Well, right.
You know,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah, that's true.
No adulting.
No what?
Adulting.
No adulting. Okay. What else?
Yeah, it's like there's like how when you set no responsibilities, so nobody nagging you that you need this, you need that. Like it's
Okay.
just,
No expectations.
yeah, no expectations.
What? So what is the center of a day off? Who is in the center of a?
Yourself,
Okay.
right?
All right. Okay. So you're in the center, right?
Yeah, like you're taking care of you.
All of you were one thing that all of you were talking about is an element of solitude.
Yeah, that's
Did
true.
you notice that?
Yeah, yeah.
And then there was an element of social engagement as well, but not as close as emphasized as an element of solitude. Why?
The reflection and being able to recenter and reground yourself.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I need to just kind of catch up
With
to
yourself.
kind of reverberate with whatever is happening, just have yourself with your thoughts. Okay, what does this tell you about your everyday life?
Sometimes you worry too much about everybody else and not have enough time to kind of recenter yourself and worry about you.
So, when we think about your day off, the way you mentioned, and everything we said over here, your day, the way you describe your day off actually represents what do you lack the most in your everyday life. Now, the whole point of healthy living is having an ability to balance properly between like different engagements you have in life, different responsibilities, different needs, desires, and so on, goals. So if you don't balance properly and you don't ever take this day off that you've been yearning for years to do, eventually everything collapses. And very often it's going to be either in a nervous breakdown or in physical sickness. Because your body and mind are like, okay, we're done with you. Like, screw you. We're taking a day off whether you like it or not.
Like the conversation you had with me 2 days ago?
Huh?
What was it, 2 days ago, the conversation you had with me?
I don't even remember.
Where I was driving and I was
Oh,
like,
okay, yeah.
calm down.
No,
Get
but
away from the phone.
no, but exactly, because that was my experience. Like on Tuesday afternoon, I was like, okay, I have to stop, and that's exactly pretty much what I had to do. Just kind of disassociate myself from everybody, disconnect, cancel whatever I had for that afternoon, and do that. Otherwise, I don't know, I would get sick. That's what happens to me. One thing, when I overwork myself, I start getting physically sick. And it usually comes from like tension over here, grows into a headache, and then a fever, and then I know, okay, this is my cue that I'm pushing it. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Now, what I would like us to think about today, I have like four, let's put motivators for you to not think about a day off, to take it. I mean, even though every one of us should be taking at least once a week, I mean, that's kind of the whole point of Saturday. The whole point of God's Sabbath is to kind of do things differently. But what I want to discuss today are 4 motivators that should drive you to think about rest every single day, no matter how busy you are. So let's start with that. So the first one is relax in order to invest in yourself. Usually we don't see relaxation as an investment. We see when you learn, when you work, when you produce, when you create, that is when you invest. I want to argue differently. Exodus chapter 33, verse 14. God is talking to Moses, but he's actually over here. He says, my presence will go with you, and I will give you rest. Now, how much of a presence does God have in your everyday life? Based on the way that you described your day off, it sounds like he has an overwhelming presence in your daily life, because none of you mentioned anything in regards to your spiritual divine connection in your day off.
I do it every day.
I would say more. I try to every day.
Uh-huh.
Even on my day off, I wouldn't stop that.
If you're doing it every day, it's not an add-on or a removal. It's a habit.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good. I'm really glad to hear that. I'm really glad that you guys Hey.
Testing on see if he calms down. Just comes back.
Okay. Taking the spotlight. Uh, how, when you think about this verse, I want you to think about the concept of God's presence in your daily life, bringing you rest that you so desperately need. How does that work? How do you understand this? How do you see this?
I know for me, like from personal experience, like when I start my days off with prayer and like my time with Him, like I try to read my Bible and I pray. When I start my day off like that, I do feel like my reactions are better with Rafa. I just feel like even if something is trying to trigger me and test me, like I can hold up longer. Versus mornings when I don't start off my days like that, I am just like a mess. I'm like trying to this and that and hurry and I'm like so frantic. But when I start with Him, it's like I almost set the tone for the day. I relax and I'm like, okay, it's gonna be okay. You got me. Okay, let's figure out. Not that stuff doesn't happen. It does, of course. But it's like I can manage it better.
Do you see in any way God's presence in your life as a personal investment? How?
It makes me a better person. Like I've seen myself without God and with God, and there is a difference. So like for me, I know that like the more time I spend with Him and grow in Him, I like that person that I'm becoming.
Okay, all right. The concept of rest, thank you. The concept of rest in God's presence over here kind of goes beyond, like in the context of the story where it is written, goes beyond just this. So we have over here people of God who barely got out of the slavery. They're still trying to figure out who they are, where they're going, what's going to happen with them. God is taking them to some promised land. They don't even know how does that look like. Like there's a lot of stress and anxiety about their future, about what's going to happen to them. Should they go back to Egypt? Are they going to survive this? This Moses, what's happening with him? He's on the mountain. Did he abandon us? Whatever. They're stressing a lot about everything that's happening right now and everything that's going to happen in the future. And then God says, listen, so the day is bringing you stress. This coming week is going to bring you stress and anxiety. But my presence in it is what should bring you rest. Because here's the thing. You probably heard that saying, like, I'm not afraid of tomorrow because my God is already there.
Never heard of that, but yeah.
Never heard of that.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
good.
that is a good one.
So, but no, this is something that is not inherent to us. This is something that you need to take the time to understand and embrace in your life. As you said, like you start the day on a rush because it's so fast, you got to do things. God is on the fringes. I didn't have the time to sit down, focus, ground myself, connect to Him before getting into it. The presence of God is not that tangible. But here's what it is. Your schedule is tangible. The expectations, your clients, your business, your this, your that, all of these things are very tangible, and they start making presence in your day. So in order for you to kind of get this, you need to relax. Every single day needs to start with relax. Stop. Before you even look at your schedule, before you even set your plans, before you're like, okay, it's time to leave, if you know that you need to leave early, go to bed early so you have this time, so you can get up earlier. So you have the time to start a day with relax and invest in yourself. Another thing that presence of God brings when you start with it is clarity and focus. Where, yeah, I have all of these things to do, but as Philip said, like when you're focused on things, you need to do this and this and this and this, the big picture gets lost real easy. And that's what happened to them as well. All they saw was like things to deal with, issues, and they completely forgot this big picture of like, okay, we're on the way to the promised land. Like we are going to the place that God has for us. But they forgot about that. All they knew was like, Moses is somewhere in the mountains, what are we going to do? You know? So God is reminding them, no, just remember that I'm here. You know, remember the big picture. Now, what is your big picture for your life? When we talk about this, in the context of your spiritual connection, in the context of God's presence in your life, what is your big picture?
Divine connection.
Excuse me?
Our divine connection.
Okay.
Our divine purpose to
Okay.
figuring that out.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So your big picture, your idea is like whatever happened throughout the day, this is what I have to figure out. This is where this day is supposed to take me to clarifying my divine, or what?
I guess I was thinking more of my life as a whole, like
Okay.
my goal to like reach to.
Uh-huh.
And I'm speaking spirituality, that's how I see it. And then
Okay.
I feel like figuring that out too is taking this into account, like always knowing that God is there with us, the presence is with us. And
Okay.
I guess I'm still figuring it out.
All right. Okay. Thanks. Rest of you guys. What is your big picture?
Like being someone that walks with God in the sense that like I know that when I speak to him that he listens and he answers, and knowing that it will be answered, and like being able to rest in that, because I know like, oh, I trust my friend, you know, he's gonna like being to that level that it's like,
Okay.
oh, I know he's gonna like, I don't know, I guess just more just because I read all these stories of these people in the Bible, and like their connection to God was like insane, so it's like I want to get to that level. It's just, you know, it's gonna take some time, but
But here's the thing: if you read, like, okay, the stories are very kind of vague. A lot. Yeah, exactly. A lot of these stories don't really give you those intricate details that will actually help you deeply understand how did they get there. But one thing that is clear, like you will see that they were taking this time. You know, they were taking the time to relax in order for them to invest into this divine connection that helped them grow and gain that clarity. So, motivator number one, what Bible tells, what God pretty much says, like wherever your day is taking you to, you make sure you find the time to remember of His presence. Preferably start your day with, if the day is going crazy, you can always take a 5-minute break, go away, or lock yourself in the bathroom or whatever, without your phone with you, and just take the time. Again, this prayer of presence that we're practicing. Like right now, I would kind of spend 15 minutes 3 times a day in it, and it so puts things in place. Like after that, I am my best self.
I feel like when we were younger kids, we were like really kind of like forced to be like, oh, go be a missionary and do this and that and that. And that's how you're going to bring Jesus to other people. But I feel like it's a little bit more unorthodox, but all of us can have, God's going to put us in this situation. If I work on cars, if I'm renovating a house, if I have tenants, or if I'm working, if I'm working with clients, all of us have different situations. And I feel like to have that presence in your daily life through, if you do construction, if whatever you do, that there's ways for you to put God, to talk about God, because He's going to put you in the situation for that to come and arise. So I think to have that presence of God within you, no matter what you do, if you're a pastor, if you're getting gas and you see someone that's homeless and maybe you talk to them or whatever the situation is.
Very often, one thing, so quick kind of detour on the account of this. We feel that like there is this duty of us to be witnesses for Jesus, you know, to tell others about it, and sometimes it's a burden. Actually, very often it's a burden for people who think about it. What we fail to see is that all you have to do is this, because this is going to make you different. You know, this like there is a stressful situation, and you're acting out of the ordinary. There is an anxious, there is a sad, whatever it is, you're acting out of the ordinary. And people come back and they're like, what's up with you? You know? And then there's an opportunity, you know, to say, well, here's what's up with me, you know? Okay, 3 more to go. Now, this one I really like, because we forget this so often. Relax because life is beautiful. How many of you think life is beautiful? How many of you can describe the beauty of life?
Like specific moments?
Huh? Okay, that's cute.
That was still beautiful. I still remember like hearing his cry
Uh-huh.
for the first time and getting to kiss his little face. Like those moments that you feel like, oh
Okay.
my God, wow, you know?
But then hearing his crime for the 1,000th time
Yeah.
because he didn't get it.
Sometimes it's still like you can still sometimes still find like beauty in that. Like for example, like he'll drive me crazy, and then he goes to his dad's house, and that day I'm like, I miss Rafa, like he's not here. Like where's the chaos? Where's the? There's still beauty in that,
Okay.
you know? The chaos, yeah, it's his chaos.
Yes, yeah.
He'll put stickers all over the house, and I'll leave them because it reminds me that there's a little chaos thing.
Yes. That's funny. You guys familiar with this? So Matthew 6. Why are you anxious about clothing or whatever? Are you anxious in general? Consider the lilies in the field, how they grow. They neither toil nor sow. And yet, even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. Now, how many times in a day you stop to notice the beauty of life? Would you say 5 minutes in a day? Would you say half an hour in a day?
10, 15 minutes.
10, 15 minutes in a day. You actually stop and just kind of observe. Not really.
I try, yeah. It's like,
A couple times, maybe a week.
Uh-huh.
Because I like nature. I think that all of us actually like nature to
Mm-hmm.
some degrees or other. But sadly, I don't think I do it like 5 minutes. If I'm being honest.
Now, one thing is true. That is one thing that is inherent in us, and that is that connection with the creation, with nature. We are a part of it. We come from it. We share the same elements with it. And there is this aspect of energy, the breath of God that we share with everything that is created, And very often, when you go camping, and then like on the third day, you feel so you're a part of all of this. You're a part of something bigger, right? And it's so relaxing, so grounding, so kind of calming, But we don't do that with the regular lifestyle that we live in, like this social environment that we are in. Now, this is another very important thing to understand. You have to relax every day, because here's the thing. If you're not aware of the beauty of life, you know what is going to be imposed on you? The ugliness of life. Just think about this. Like, for example, what's the closest to us right now? Like, we talk about this refugee crisis. You're going to see all kinds of ugliness. You witness it every single day, and it really like emphasizes the ugliness, not just of their situation that they have to deal with, but it also the politicizing behind it, the social attitude that one group has, the other group has, how they're all, and so on. And you kind of start becoming aware of how actually awful society is that we live in. Like Philip is trying to house a family. There's a whole lot of loops that he needs to go through to make that happen, for these things to work out. And then you talk to them and you see what they're dealing with. And you realize the life is not beautiful, And then, with everything else that you have to deal with,
Even just somebody cutting you off at the highway.
Yeah.
This or that.
Now, if you don't relax to observe the beauty of life, all you will see is the ugliness of it. And what ugliness turns you into? Huh? Ugly? Yeah, that's right, ugly. And your life experience, the quality of your life experience declines. Like, you're not looking forward to a day, You're not looking forward to what you're supposed to do this afternoon. You're, you're not looking forward to a commute, for example. Like, I have half an hour. I wish I was elsewhere. I need to meet these people. I wish I was elsewhere. And you end up living a life where you wish you were not there. That's what happens when you don't stop to relax every day and enjoy the beauty of life. Now, tell me a little bit about it. Tell me about the beauty of life that you noticed this week.
I was at the gas station dealership card,
Uh-huh.
and I go to the gas station, walk to get, because I went to go get a snack, and I see this old guy that has like a shitty white beater on it,
Okay.
the shirt,
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
and he's like in a cane, and the guy in the register gives him some free food, and he's like, he comes here every single week, he lives behind there in our shitty apartments, and I was like, I really appreciate you doing that, because if you do your part and I do my part, it's a lot better. But if you don't do shit and I don't do shit, then what then?
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
So it was nice to see that.
Yeah, it's nice to see people caring for others. Yeah, okay. What about the rest of you? Come on. You had to see something beautiful.
Sometimes it's random, but like in the mornings before I wake this kid up, I'll go upstairs and get water or something,
Uh-huh.
and I'll notice the little squirrels in the
Uh-huh.
trees, and they're all like frantic and
Uh-huh.
running, and I'll stop and just watch them for a little bit because it's kind of cute to see them
Uh-huh.
play and like how cute that is. So it's like, oh, that's so that's so nice. The little squirrels like to play. Or like sometimes at the gym, I'll notice someone and their really pretty smile. I'll notice people a lot. And so I saw someone with a really beautiful smile. I was like, oh, that's such a lovely smile. Things like that.
Nice, okay. What about you guys? What kind of beauty did you notice this week in life?
I'd say just a lot of nature, a lot of, I guess, good weather.
No, but what did you stop to notice?
I don't think I did, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
That's kind of
Okay,
sad.
okay, no, that's okay.
He's like, I was busy. Or maybe I did it, something just not coming to mind.
Okay, okay.
I would say community. I was at a migrant from work permit, and I just remember I like took a second to just like look around the room to see like everyone that was volunteering that they like took time out of their lives to do something that takes an hour to do, but makes such an impactful difference. And I was just like, oh wow, this is like, really beautiful to see this happen.
So, thank you. Like, you see, last night, this was my moment from last night. Did you guys notice the moon last night? Oh my goodness. Well, tonight is going to be the full moon. Yesterday was, but it pretty much looked, but the clouds, like I'm driving home, it's already dark, and the moon is just on the eastern sky, and the skies are clear, and it's just shining. And I had to, like, I'm driving over there on Westminster Boulevard. I actually stopped just to, like, that's so awesome, huh? Yeah. But you see, the beauty of life, everything that we mentioned over here revolves around some kind of a positive energy. Whether it's the energy of doing good, whether it's the energy of community, the energy of nature, whatever it is, it's always some form of something that uplifts you. That's the beauty of life. Now, this is the challenge for you. This coming week, every day, try to relax for 5 minutes and find something beautiful. Or even better, try to participate in something beautiful every single day. It's like, it's amazing. It's like a refresher. It's just like, after those 5 minutes, it feels like an hour of sleep. Seriously. It's like, this was good. And the energy is back. And the calm is back. And the feel good is back and everything else. But if you're kind of waiting for an opportunity for something like this to happen, it might never happen. I mean, you had opportunities, but you were busy to kind of focus on it. If you choose to relax every single day for at least 5 minutes and engage with the beauty of life, see a beautiful little airplane. Yeah, let's see if it flies. We'll have to work on it. Okay. You do that, what happens is, and you will notice that immediately. I kid you not, you will notice that immediately. If you every single day find the time for this, the end of the week, you will see that it was a better week. Even if your schedule was the same and filled with the same things, you will feel better about it. We need this time to relax and focus on these things. Because in the end, you realize that experiences like this actually shape the beauty of life that we live as well. All right, next one. Now, this is a tricky one. Relax because you have no time for it. You're just too busy. So the apostles returned to Jesus and told him all that they had done and taught. And he said to them, "Come away by yourselves to a desolate place and rest a while." For many were coming and going, and they had no leisure even to eat. How many times you had your lunch, like while you're driving somewhere? Or let's grab something real quick, or have a power bar because I really don't have the time to sit down and actually eat decently. How many times life looks like that? Now, the whole idea over here is these guys, they were just super busy. And they did not intend to stop because so many people needed attention, so many people needed care, so many people needed help. And they knew that they had the ability to do that. Yeah, we can feed them. Yeah, we can heal them. Yeah, we can teach them. Yeah. And they need it. Okay, we got to go. We don't have time to rest right now. And Jesus is like, no, screw that. That's not happening. You guys are going to take a break, like right now. You know? And he picks them up. And he's like, okay, pack your stuff. We're heading out on an adventure or whatever, I don't know. But the idea over here is you especially need to relax when you don't have time for it. What do you usually do when you don't have time to take a break? You don't take a break, right? Take a nap. It's like so many things to do.
Everything's going to shit. World's ending, and I'm just going to take a 15-minute nap.
8 hours later, what year is it?
Or like I like to think that I'm like I guess resting, but really it's not. But I'm just distracting myself. I'll distract myself.
That is another thing. Yes, definition of relaxation. Now, everything we talked about over here, so far what we were talking about, my concept of rest is the time of reflection, time of presence. Your screen time is not rest. Your screen time actually, like biologically speaking, screen time, even if you want to relax by watching a movie, you're biologically engaged. Depending whatever movie it is, if it's like an action with Stallone or whatever, you're physically engaged. You know when you're watching a horror movie, your heart starts pumping. Yeah, you're freaking out. You're like out of breath. Yeah. You just realize your knuckles are white because you're squeezing it or whatever. You know, and screen time does not include this time where you relax. Yeah, take the time to watch the news. Take the time to to watch a movie, to have fun, to whatever. But that is not included in the time of rest. The actual time of rest is the time when you are by yourselves in a desolate place, where you're just, he's like, who's that? Now, what do you do? Okay, Philip takes a nap. But what about, I still want more answers. What do you do when you really feel you need a break, but you don't have time for one?
Power
Push through it, okay? How many times you can achieve that in a row?
As many as you need to.
As many as you have to.
I was gonna say as many as until I explode, and then I'm like, okay, I need to calm down.
Well, good thing is we have weekends.
Yeah.
When you start working weekends,
The thing over here is, again, conscious awareness of need for rest. Just like you need to be active, you need to be aware that rest is part of life.
I'm gonna get a massage after they're here.
But not just that. I'm talking about a regular idea of rest in your everyday life. Not like, okay, I gotta take a massage like once a month, twice a month, whatever. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you do need it. But your mind needs to rest. What Jesus is talking over here about, yeah, you're actively engaged with people, with your business, with whatever you're doing. You need to kind of seclude yourself from that, disconnect, change environment, so you are in a different setting, so your mind can process something else. You can relax. But this is a habitual thinking. Even if you feel that you have no time, you have time. But rest is not a priority. You know, here's the question. You're like super busy. You have so many things to accomplish, but you gotta pee. Are you gonna push through it? You gotta go pee. And it's like, I heard it the first time I heard that expression, like years back. They call it the. They say like the nurses have the ability to keep it in for 8 to 12 hours if they have to, depending on how busy they are. But that is terrible. You think about it, that is really terrible. Now, one of the things that we were talking about when we started flying is like, you know what? When you're up in the air, you gotta hold it. You know? Yeah, there's like, it's on my bucket list. Yeah, but the idea that I'm talking about is this. So you always have time for things. It only matters on how much of a priority they have in order for you to accomplish them. When you gotta go, you gotta go. You know, no matter what is happening, this is the highest priority. Now, the idea of rest in Jesus' book is high priority. But in our book, it's optional. You know? Often we do that with food as well. How many times you skipped a meal because you were too busy? Like so many times. And yet that's something that we know very well it's unhealthy habit. So what I'm trying to tell you guys here, what the lesson that I'm getting from this over here, we need to develop a habitual practice of taking a break. And as I said, going to the bathroom with your phone, that is not taking a break. You're not taking a break. You're staying in, huh? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
In the toilet for 30 minutes and then your feet get numb.
Yeah, luckily I'm in a handicapped bathroom. No, but I really need you guys to embrace this concept. No matter how busy your day is, if rest is high in your priority list, you're going to find those 5 minutes to kind of disconnect.
Also, just setting up your day too, like they say, the day starts the day before, you know.
That's true as well. If you have that much control over your day, like what happened to me last week, I didn't have as much control just because things that happened really required me to engage. We had a very tragic situation with a young man losing his life, and yeah, I have a day off, screw day off. You know, this is something that I can't just kind of shelve it for tomorrow and stuff like that. So there are situations that simply, okay, I have to engage, I have to do it. But still, the concept of having a daily habit of taking a time off, taking those 5 minutes, like 3 times a day, where you leave your phone, where it's just you out there listening to the traffic, if nothing else. Or
Bad joke, but taking up smoking.
oh yeah, well here's the thing. Yeah, as bad as smoking is, in that sense, it's kind of like you look at those smokers like behind the restaurants, or like on the hotel balconies, like they look really chill. Like it's like
those candy cigarettes?
yeah,
Candy cigarettes, bubble gum or something like
oh
that.
okay oh
Cigarette. When I was a kid, we just do that.
actually yeah, that's right, I remember those. Yeah, the bubble gum
Yeah.
that was like a cigarette. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, no, but it's yeah. But still, it's kind of the same concept, the same idea. It takes you 5 minutes to smoke one, but you can do it even without a smoke. But the idea is, if you start practicing this on a daily basis, especially when you don't have the time, what you'll find yourself doing is everything that you plan to achieve, you will achieve it anyways, but you will be much more stable in your daily life.
Well, they also say like when you are exhausted, you start making terrible decisions. Like scientifically, they've proven that people who are like by the end of the day is when you make your worst decisions because you're already tired of the day, right? So I'm like, if we give ourselves time to find like rest and recenter and relax, maybe we'll even be making better decisions because we're not. I mean, we will. Yeah, we will be making better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we're not exhausted.
Try that this week as well. Try what I used to do before, because I couldn't think of it. I was just like go. Oh my goodness, it's 6 p.m. So I actually had last year I had set timer on my not timer like a reminder on my phone at 9 a.m., 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. to remind me like, okay, time to take a break, and it becomes annoying because very often you just snooze it because you're busy. And then like when the 9 a.m. alarm rings again at like 11:23, okay, damn it, I'm taking these 5 minutes. But it really makes a difference if you set it as a priority. If you set it as, okay, this is something I really have to do because everything in my life will be better, it really makes a difference. Jesus is not saying this just because. He's saying this because he knows how needed this is in our lives. Right, and the last one is in Isaiah chapter 26. This is my mantra for a long time. Relax, because nothing is under control. We are so horrible when it comes to control. It's so cool over here. It says you keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on you because he trusts in you. Trust in the Lord forever, for the Lord God is an everlasting rock. But this concept of a perfect peace of the one whose mind is set on God. How do you imagine perfect peace? Imagine yourselves having a perfect peace. How would that look like?
Latina breakfast in bed. I'm just joking. No.
I'm not
No
going to
comment. Yeah. Balance. Balance in your whole entire life. So I think that's peace.
I think for me, the first thing I thought was like my mind's a lot quieter. I don't have all these worries and concerns. It's just calm in there.
Okay. Perfect peace.
I think similar to everyone. I wouldn't have like anxiety.
Okay. So you see, everything you guys are talking about revolves around things that we can't control in our life. Like, where does the anxiety come from? Like, okay, yeah, exactly. I gotta handle this. I gotta handle that. How am I going to do it? Where does the stress come from? Okay, how am I going to do this? How am I going to, again, around control. Where does the lack of balance come from? When you lose the ability to actually, where you feel that you're not really having the control that you think that you should.
Any outside force is just taking your peace, and you're in control of the inside force, and balance it.
The outside force takes your peace. What do you mean?
Everything that you just said that was takes your peace was all external.
Okay. So when your mind is focused on God, one thing that happens is that your focus becomes internal. And here's the thing. Here's the news flash when it comes to this. The peace does not come from the outside. The peace does not come from external source, where everything is under control. Realistically speaking, nothing is really under control.
Yeah.
There is very, very little that we can actually control. But the matter of fact is, once you embrace the fact that nothing is under control, you also embrace the fact that your personal peace does not depend on whether there is, and whether the things on the outside are controlled or not. You're simply peaceful because you're stable on the inside. Your soul, your mind, your body are balanced and in equilibrium.
You know what this reminds me of? Just to paint a mental picture. Is like the dad of the family when you're on vacation, when he's like scrambling to get everything together and everything in order, and all of like the rest of us on vacation, I'm like, I'm chilling, cause I trust that my dad's gonna do this, you know. It's like I think about the vacations in the past, and I remember seeing my dad, you know, and this, and we gotta do this, and blah, and he's stressing out, and me, Victor, and Jenny were kind of playing, oh look at this, you know, we're relaxing because we know dad's got it.
Okay.
So you're along for the ride and enjoying it. I'm like, I'm on vacation. And I'm not worried, you know, like if he wasn't in control, then I'd be the one like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But no, I don't have to because I trust my dad.
And you see, this is the same attitude that you kind of want to develop with God. Understanding that just because I can't control things, I know that He can. And this is where relationship with God becomes very tangible. Because here's the thing, like, you realize that you can't control certain things in your life right now because that's the way the things are. Okay, but God, you can. And now you open yourself to the possibility that God is going to take charge of these things. And then when He does, His impact in your life becomes very tangible. But here's the thing. As long as you're freaking out about trying to hold on to the control, He can't do anything. He's not going to grab the steering wheel and take over. You want to do it, it's all yours.
Like I was telling you, like everything I've been going through, this 5, 6 different projects all together all at once. I went like negative in my account, like thousands of dollars. And then I was like, I'm like freaking out, what's gonna happen? And then I was like, God, just, you got it. Just praying, just letting go. And then like overnight, I got enough work, more than plus, you know, so.
So here's the thing. It's not like that happens once. It's a coincidence.
But it
It
happens over.
it happens twice, you're like really lucky.
Yeah.
It happens one more time, then you realize this is a pattern.
Yeah.
This is not this, and this is exactly the concept of the verse over here. You will have that, again, go back to that perfect peace you're talking about. No stress, no anxiety, things functioning, things are in balance. This is something that you literally can have this coming week. This is something that you can experience this coming week. You can literally have an amazing week where you're calm, you're balanced, you're strong, you're centered, you're positive, and it just goes on and on, no matter how busy you are. No matter how crazy the things seem to be. Because your peace does not depend on the outside factors. Your peace depends on your connectedness with the divine factor that actually controls everything. And this is an abstract for anybody who didn't experience it. Once you experience it, you can never unsee it again. You just know, yeah, this is awesome. This is amazing. And one thing also that happens then, you start experiencing this. All of these things that we talked about before, they start making sense. Like you start doing this rest, even when you have no time, because you know that He's got it. You start seeing beautiful things everywhere because you're at peace, because you're calm. You start seeing these things. You start, what was the first one? I forgot. Yeah, invest in yourself. You start and actually invest more into yourself because you know that He has things taken care of. One thing that Jasmina was challenging me, and I still didn't do it, but I'm gonna do that this coming week, like because when she's gone, there's a lot of things that I do slower. Let's put it at least like that. But one thing that happens is she told me, make 2 lists. Make a to-do list, make your to-do list, whatever you have to do this week. All of the things that you have lined up to do. And then split this list in 2 groups. One is the things that you really want to do. And the other is the things that you leave God. And you let Him take care of it. And she actually had her personal experience several times where she would do that. And she says, like, literally the list that she leaves for God, things just kind of check off themselves. It's like He really takes care of it. And I'm like, okay, that's crazy, but I know that she's much more rational than I am, so whatever she's experiencing, I got to try this, you know? And this coming week, I'm going to do that. Like,
One list is things that you need to do or you want to
no. Make all of your to-do list for the whole week. I mean, pretty much we already have it. All of you guys already have the things. This is the things that have to happen this week. Take out of that list things that you really want to do. Like, I really want to do this. I really want to do this because you enjoy it, because you love it, because it's going to be fun, because whatever, you know, because I want to be a part of it and so on. And then whatever is left over, leave that for God and ask Him, can you please take care of this week? And it sounds irrational to think that way. But if you know God's ability and desire to engage with your life, it's irrational not to do that. You know? And this is not something that incites laziness. This is something that actually encourages you to trust Him that He is able to handle these things so you have more time for this to balance out your life. Give it a try. Give it a try this week and see how God opens the doors. But as we talked in the weeks before, when you ask, remember how to ask. Remember all the lessons about asking that we learned in the last month and apply them to that as well. Look at this list and see it done. And feel it done. And every single day, look at that list that you gave to God and you're like, okay, this is done. But really feel it. Because just like you said, you know that your dad is going to take care of things. You don't worry about it anymore. Apply the same mindset, the same emotional experience when you put that list before God. Make it real. See what He does. It's a good practical lesson to try and to open the doors for God to actually be very engaged in your everyday life. All right. So let's wrap it up. Real quick, let's go back to that verse in the beginning that we read. So, and I say, oh, that I had wings like a dove, I would fly away and be at rest. Yes, I would wander far away, I would lodge in the wilderness. This is a cry for help. This is when you feel this, I just want to leave, don't want to be here anymore, that is a cry for help. And you don't want to be here ever in your life. And you don't have to be ever in your life in this situation. You just have to make a choice ahead of time to take this time to rest throughout every single day. To take this time of mindfulness, centeredness, and focus and presence on God in your life, and you'll see. Trust me, you try these things this week, I guarantee this week that is ahead of you is going to be better. You will notice how good this week is going to be. Okay, any questions? Lovely. Everybody is ready. To rest, yes. I'm ready to rest. I have a memorial service this afternoon to attend to. After that, okay, let's have a prayer. Let's close with it, and then hopefully you guys get a nice rest today. Dear Lord, you are so clear that we need to maintain this balance between work and rest, and this world just keeps pushing us beyond the limits of our abilities, and that's why we get sick, anxious, stressed out, and things don't work out. And you said that you want to be a part of our life and want to help us. So right now, I ask for a reminder this week, for us to set our reminders to remember to take these breaks and to take the time to connect, not just with you, but with ourselves, and to really, really experience what does it mean to have the time of presence throughout the whole day. So we can give you glory, we can grow and be better people through it, and just enjoy this life. Amen.
You're teaching me with my imperfections, reaching me